Hi, I'm Alex Bloom, and today I'm going to be looking at Netflix through the lens of social psychology. So, first, we're going to be looking at the movie and TV industry. So, the film and entertainment industry is a huge business in the United States. It is estimated that the entertainment business has generated $35.3 billion dollars in revenue in 2019. The history of film dates all the way back to the 19th century. These early films were always shown at social outings, so for example, at fairgrounds and music halls. And the subjects of these early films were always about local scenes, activities, views of foreign lands, short comedies, and net-worthy events. So again, all these social settings. And then from the beginning of the film industry, it has always revolved around social settings and social perception. Next, going into Netflix's popularity. So, Netflix is a content platform and is the most well known streaming service. Netflix is a widely successful company and has a net worth around $30.48 billion. Netflix provides content from TV series, movies, and original Netflix content. Netflix has become a staple in many people's entertainment habits, and especially more than ever due to COVID. So next we'll be going into social psychology. So social psychology emphasizes the role of social relationships and social interactions in influencing behaviors. So some of these characteristics include humans as being social beings, humans as aware of other individuals, um, and influenced by the concern of what other people think. So now we're going to look at the film industry explained through social psychology. So, as we said earlier, humans are social beings and we often interact with one another through aspects such as entertainment. As humans, we often are influenced by the concern of what other people think and what they may be doing. So, many TV shows and movies became popular just because of talk and wanting to fit in. Um, Quarantine and COVID is a great example of a time when you had to kind of watch certain shows and movies to keep up with what everyone else was doing while we were physically being separated. So now we're going to be looking at different social psychology theories through the lens of Netflix. So the first one is comparison. So this theory states that individuals strive to gain assessments of themselves by comparing their opinion, situation, and ability to those of others and making note of those differences. So there's two types. There's upward and downward. We're first going to look at upward comparison. It happens when people liken themselves to others they think are better than them. So this may be socially or financially. There's tons of examples of TV shows that people watch that show upward comparison. So they watch these shows of people with extremely rich and crazy lifestyles. So two examples are Selling Sunset and Blink Empire. Selling Sunset is a show of the extreme rich and famous people living in LA and the individuals who are selling these extravagant homes. And Bling Empire is about the widely wealthy Asian and Asian Americans living in LA and all their expensive lifestyles.
Are one of a kind.
But back to that. So this kind of goes into positional goods. So positional goods define differences among individuals. They're very limited in supply because they convey such a high relative standing within society. So upward comparison and positional goods kind of go hand in hand. People who see individuals with these positional goods inspire to improve so they can afford these type of products. So there's a whole show on Netflix kind of dedicated to positional goods. It's called Dropping Cash. And it basically shows all the material goods famous people buy and the absurd amount of money they can spend on them. So this is an example from the show with Bella Thorne, and we can watch all the things she bought in one outing.
Are one of a kind pink Yeti boots, $350 Balenciaga beanie, $1,090 shearling Fendi sneakers that are on your feet right now, $890 Fendi bag strap that you're going to wear as a belt, $2,150 Fendi beanie, $1,590 Rococo Fendi boots, $2,500 Annie Leibovitz Taschen book, and the $895 purple and pink triple S's. Your total comes out to $21,626.
So as you can see, the show just shows all the positional goods that famous people will spend. And it kind of encourages this upward social comparison. So next we're going to look at downward social comparison. This is when individuals contrast themselves to others who are considered inferior. So people usually experiencing hardships will downward compare to others to make them feel better about themselves or more fortunate. So a great example of this was Tiger King. So the show came out during the pandemic when everyone was experiencing a lot of hardships. So comparing themselves to Joe's life kind of made them feel better about their own hardships. It was a way for everyone to not only fit in with the trends but feel better about their own circumstances. So now we're going to go into social proof. The definition of social proof states that people are influenced by the actions of others that they can see, and it is this fit in aspiration. So Netflix uses social proof to their advantage and has a whole section on their page to make individuals follow the crowd and see what they're missing out on. It's called the trending now. So I took a screenshot off of my Netflix account of this section on their page. Um, and so again, it uses social proof by showing consumers what they might like based off of similar consumers and what they have enjoyed. And so lastly, we're going to be looking at mimetic desire. So this is Renee Girard's theory of desire. It states that our desires for an object are triggered by the desire another person has for that same object. That person who's being desired is called the model. So I thought a perfect example of this is the popular series The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. All these shows have the model. That model would be the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, as you can see in this photo. These individuals may have feelings for this person, but they are triggered even more from the fact that everyone else in the show also has a desire for that same person. So I'll show you a parody of this.
You know, if you want to talk to someone else, it's totally fine. Really? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I really like you that much. If it works out, it works out.
Hi, can I steal him for a sec?
So as you can see in this parody, Adele is telling the model that she's really not that into him. We'll see if it works out. But once another person comes in to steal her away from him, that's when that desire kicks in and she's triggered to want him even more. So overall, as we can see, platforms like Netflix use different theories in social psychology. Here are all my resources, and thank you.